Okay, look, take care of Instagram. All right. And okay.
Commence primary ignition.
Hi, I'm Howie Weed. I was the Wampa Ice Creature in The Empire Strikes Back, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the Virtual Cantina Network's Watch Along of Acolyte episode 7.
Wow, this season's ripping by.
It really
And
is.
it's getting juicy too.
It has some interesting things going on. It's really cool this episode seeing certain points of view, as it were.
Aha, semantics.
No, semantics.
Well, if they were talking about it, I would say semantics. But if we're looking at it, I think certain points of view applies more.
I think the new Star Wars version of the word of the day, like from Pee-wee, is semantics. We got to. That's the next soundbite.
Well, the exact. Well, because Paul Rubens is Star Wars adjacent.
Paul Rubens is Star Wars I
I
Captain
guess
Rex.
Star Wars, not even like adjacent.
He's
Paul
Captain
Rubens.
Rex, and he did something else. He was another character in one of the animated series, I think.
You mean DJ Rex, not Captain Rex?
Well, he's both Captain Rex and DJ Rex.
Okay, yeah, technically.
Like Star Tours,
Touche.
not
Yes.
the other Captain.
Yeah, not the clone trooper Captain Rex.
Yes.
Which is funny that it's kind of annoying, really, that they continue to make names either the same or close to something else, like Bunta, for instance, that we're already really familiar with, and then it's like, oh, okay, let's throw in another kind of somebody who's got a name that's just a little bit different or pretty much the same and is totally different in terms of who they are.
We're not a poison, man. We're not a poison. Might be a drug. Yeah. We're not a poison.
And having people pronounce it differently, that's kind of historically Star Wars as well. Yes. The whole Han, Leia,
and Han, Han.
When we first started doing these shows, you actually call Leia all the time.
I still do.
I know you do, because sometimes it throws me through a loop. Like, what's he talking about?
But I think I'm more conscious of it now because of the ribbing that I've gotten.
What happened?
But
if Billy D. Williams can get away with it, you can get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Billy D. Williams has been announced for ICCCCon, and as of today, our good friend Brendan Wayne was announced.
Yes.
Made me very happy.
Well, now I just have to debate, because I was going to take two things to get him to sign this weekend when I'm going to see him in Knoxville. If y'all are going to be in Knoxville, going to be there. Or whether I just take the one and then take the second one in October.
So I would suggest bring your bucket to Nashville.
Uh-oh. So just got an inside scoop.
Scoopity.
That way you don't have to take it multiple places.
Yeah. The only thing about it is going to Knoxville. I'm driving though, so taking the bucket's not a big deal.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
But same sort of scenario like when I met D. Bradley Baker at Boston, I got my 332 bucket done, but I have a big Bad Batch, all 5 pop set, and the Captain Rex. So,
yeah,
I was like, well, what do I want to spend more money on right now?
I may do that, or I may take the bucket and leave it in car because I've already got to go to Knoxville. I have a box full of stuff
Mhm.
and an 11x17 and a radio.
Hey,
It's so
yeah, well, you
tiny.
could be Kurt Thatcher.
I like the stickers though. That's
The
cool.
stickers are getting cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I have stickers from the animated version, from the Picard version, and from the original version.
That's
Nice.
incredible. Hey, Lonnie, how are you? So, literally tonight, right now, is exactly 3 weeks away from Boonta Eve, San Francisco.
Wow.
Woo!
Like, wow, we're
Time flies when you're doing all kinds of crap leading up to a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, the Emperor is gracing her with her presence.
You're breaking up a little bit for me there, Spencer.
Oh, I said the Emperor's in the crowd.
Aha.
Yes.
What's she doing?
But no, we're very excited about that. I hope you're all going to join us if you're able to make it out to California, whether in Southern California or in NorCal. But we just announced today that our title sponsor, Hyperspace Props, is going to be at Boonta Eve, Hollywood, and also Anaheim, and they will have a vending table with all their stuff and be helping out with Sabak with Sully on the Tuesday night. So if you've ever really wanted a really cool Sabak set and
Yes.
use our discount of Bunta for 10% off of it, this is the place you're going to get it.
Yes, because you can get it in person as well as online beforehand. And let me just say, I just used that. I just used that code. They are super fast because I ordered just a couple of days ago and I got my shipping notification like early this morning. Like I bought me a little pouch to put all my stuff in.
Oh yeah, you showed that. That looked cool.
Got me a little pouch to put my credits in, and my credits from them are my 10% off credits are winging their way to me now.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, very excited about that. And as you know, we got a crap ton of guests, a lot of surprises, a lot of fun going to happen. But we're in the end game now, guys, as they say in the MCU.
Oh yes, we are getting so very close.
It's been a year. Can you believe that we've been working on this for over a year now?
Yes, I can.
Touche there. Touche.
Indeed.
But
I just think it's almost over. So we were pre. But no,
Breathe.
very excited about that. Hope you guys can join us. We're gonna have a lot of fun. You forgot to wear your beard today. Thanks, Pete. I'm glad you're here. But no, very excited about that. Very excited about Dave and Skip heading over to Knoxville this weekend. Hopefully, you run into a lot of members and stuff. Some great actors going to be on there. But also, let's talk about San Diego Comic-Con. They already announced, first off, the first panel hosted by Patton Oswalt with a whole bunch of the writers from the High Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Christina Ariel is hosting the Critical Role panel. Ashley Eckstein's already been announced. San Diego's gonna be fun.
Leilani's been announced. Leilani's got promoting her own figure,
like a giant
figure.
Yeah,
what's
it's
life size. Is it Gentle Giant figure?
It's a Gentle Giant figure, and it's $80. It's only limited to 80 pieces.
Retro style off-world Jawa, but 12 whatever inches tall. Thing's gonna be cool.
And you can get signed. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. So Leilani's gonna be there. We know a lot of other people that have not been announced yet. Oh, don't forget on Friday, the cosplay to film panel with Chris Berman and Details.
Yeah. That's gonna be pretty cool too.
That's
Details recently announced guest at Bunta. Filoni, Heroes of the Filoniverse. So.
Oh yes, I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about him introducing us, the U.S., to his vocal stylings as he is a pop star in Europe.
Well, he seemed to be pretty comfortable up in front of the crowd during Boonta Eve in London from the videos that I saw, and
Absolutely. So
made
it's going to be.
Spencer look even more awkward than he may have already.
Oh yeah, no. I told my wife that that Dee was going to be in Hollywood. She's like, please tell me you're not going to rap with him. I'm like, no, I am not going to rap.
Yes, you will.
I love that
Crip.
video where Spencer's like doing his thing and then motioning to the monitor for D,
And he
he's
knows
like
all the
not
lyrics.
even looking. He's not even looking at the monitor, and he's just like, bam, like here's the lyrics, motherfucker.
Okay then. But don't forget, we also have our
Exactly.
beat up over at the Omni on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Over at the Ace Porter Bar, which is a former West Coast social club. Um, we'll be there. Look out for our notifications. Should be a nice meetup. We just
Yeah.
had a question. Is Dave Filoni making an appearance anywhere?
I don't know. If only we knew a guy that could get in contact with that guy. He's very busy. He's an important man.
We only know a guy who might know a guy. We
gotta know a guy that knows a guy.
But
yes,
I hear rumors that there may be multiple Dave Filoni cosplays in play at the family vacation.
Whoa.
During the Heroes of the Filoniverse.
Yes, indeed. Very, very excited about that. So much greatness and goodness and craziness is going to happen there, but we're very excited to see all of you guys there. It's going to be a fantastic time. And also, the hype train's going on. Right before that is San Diego Comic-Con and Deadpool Wolverine with a lot of pressers coming out lately. They've been pretty funny.
Oh yeah, they've been doing some really cool stuff.
So very, very excited for that. Very excited for literally for everything. I'm very, very happy with what we're up to and what we're doing. And so, Dave, who are you planning to see this weekend?
Oh my goodness! There's like a slew of Star Wars people. Got to see Brendan Wayne. That's definitely on my list. Also Ray Park is going to be there.
Cool.
And I've seen Ray before, but I may want to see Ray is signing free 8x10s.
That's nice.
So yeah, I've got
to do. Try to find a picture of Clone Wars season 7 and get Laura Meredith Kim to double sign for you at Boonta.
There you go.
Well, I'm gonna go and probably choose something from the table, and then I've got a vintage Ula figure that we're gonna get. Are rumored to be our new Star Wars person that will come in the Skeleton Crew whenever the Skeleton Crew is there. Is Jaleel White is going to be there, so I got to go check out Jaleel. Even though I'll hit him up for information, but probably just going to get him signed on like an Urkel Pop. There will be the debut of the Bus Punk Radio number 2 that I'm going to have like Kirk Thatcher sign.
Cool.
Fantastic. Are you downloading the song to the?
Yes. I have my D batteries ready, and I've got the song on a USB stick.
That's fantastic.
Good to go.
So
yeah,
since
see if I can get kicked out at the con for being the annoying bus punk. I'll be the annoying con punk.
And someone come up with the Vulcan neck bench,
That'll be the thing is I'll just blast it whenever I go by anybody cosplaying Spock and see if I get like knocked out.
You have a good photo op.
Lonnie has a good point. You need to give him some direction. But actually, how involved is Dave in Skeleton Crew? It's one of those more.
Absolutely, he's involved because during the Mandoverse.
Okay. I'm getting confused with all the stuff that's sort of, if it's not like, it's like the Acolyte or Andor or something. He may be executive producing or doing something like that, but he's not necessarily that deeply involved. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
No, it's he's doing all that, so that's pretty awesome. But we're talking about Acolyte. We are going to premiere right after this show. It's going to be up for sale. We got a brand new shirt up on TeePublic right now for the Acolyte. Dave, do the honors.
What does it look like? I don't know. What? No, right there. From every point of view, no matter the semantics, no matter your certain point of view, every point of view, you need the Star Wars semantics shirt. You got to go in and check that out. It's the Stranger's Mask, and on there we've got his famous saying, but also in the word cloud right there, you have all the things that are just so relevant to this show. All the characters in there, the light side, the dark side, from a certain point of view. May, Sol, Vernestra, all the peoples, all the things. Check it out.
He has a lot going on in that graphic.
I literally just ordered mine.
Hey, that means it's already live.
Oh, it's live. Oh yeah, it's live. It is live. I just didn't put up the link. But if you have a link to our TeePublic, and it's on discount right now, 30% off.
There's a link right there.
Too bad it's not hyper.
Hyperlink on a video with the thing, not here.
Right. But yeah, so take a look at that. We're going to advertise that a little bit more later on. But yeah, we're towards the end right now of Acolyte. One more episode. And
I really hope it's going to be a longer length episode, really.
They better tell us all the thing.
It needs to be an hour and a half, but it's going to be 45 to 55 minutes at tops, I believe. And then, of course, 5 to 7 of that will be credits. But it'll, hopefully it's a little bit longer and we can get some more juice, squeezed out of this whole show.
But I'm loving the show.
Copyright. If we thought we could get away with it, the little meme of the Black Series with the little exclusive, that'd be a shirt. But
Peter thinks your graphic needs more abs.
Well, that's probably true.
There were pretty much no abs, but yeah.
I've read posts from people in our group that said they were not liking Acolyte until this episode, and now they are loving the episodes that they hated.
That's interesting.
So this was interesting. I know, and I've read a lot of stuff that a lot of people did not like this episode because this episode was very similar to the previous flashback episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see their point a little bit, but I do like the nuances that you look for and that you're watching. Wait, what are the differences? What are the semantics? What are the that are different in this that give you more of the story and more what happens?
This episode's a certain point of view.
Yeah.
My whole thing with this episode was, and the previous full-length flashback episode, is they don't ground you in the current day part of the story. They've just been going straight into the flashback, and it's like, here's this story from before, but we're not like, well, I mean, of course the previously on set up that to an extent, but it's still like I don't think relying on that is ideal. But the episode is pretty crazy, and we got a lot of things that I personally were hoping for. and others, I think. And I knew we were going to get some of the stuff. I just, they were trying to play it off, and maybe I don't think there was even originally a plan to have like a Kelnaka fight before he died.
Spoiler.
Because, because having that might have lessened this fight. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's the spoiler alert, of course. But anyways, it was pretty good. Some pretty intense stuff going on in this episode.
Yeah, some really good stuff. I'm very happy with where we're going, and sound off in the crowd. What are you guys thinking about the show so far? Good, bad, or indifferent?
Here we go. Yeah, Torben Bernsen rubs me the wrong way. He definitely is a little. He was
Did
for
you just
sure.
call him
Well,
Torben Bernsen?
Yes, that's what I call him.
Awesome.
He's a little overzealous for a young Padawan, and I think he brought a lot of what he ended up feeling on himself.
Well,
ultimately,
different stroke for different folks. Jackie,
there you go.
It's not for everybody. There's some people who like it, some people who don't like it, and that's completely cool. There's something for everybody in Star Wars. So whether you like stuff or you don't like stuff, as long as you're still a fan, that's all that matters. It's the one. I want to say that it's the one.
Yeah, sorry. You can choose to appreciate that other people appreciate certain things. I've said multiple times on here that I could never get into Star Wars Resistance. Couldn't do it.
Same.
But immediately because what's his face? Christopher.
Yeah.
Christopher Sean is going to be at our Boonta event. I went and found a Resistance figure of his character, and I was like, "Oh, that'd still be cool."
Peter, not specifically because we've been using this design since before she got skewered, but now that you mention it, it might have to alter a little bit for the final episode just to push that idea through.
And there might be another shirt in the works, Peter.
Actually,
also, we're going to be bringing back something that we have not done in a couple of years now. Is that the Jedi Archives crew are actually going to do a live reaction video on Tuesday. So we'll have Happy Hour Tuesday. So the Jedi Archives crew will go up on our network, do a live reaction, and then support group right afterwards.
So let's have to do a support group graphic for that show so they can push it at everybody who's watching, and obviously our normal group will be there, ready to talk all the things and all the feels that we'll get from this.
I am torn. It's going to be hilarity watching Mike and John and live.
Yeah, it'll be funny for their live reactions, even because they do things semi-prepared for the most part, and then they do weird stuff like if they're not jiving, they will pause their recording and then pick it back up.
Yeah.
Which we don't do. It's just go through and
we're unfiltered.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's no actual content here.
Correct.
That's true. The content will be on Disney Plus, and we're just going to be observing it.
Oh yeah, no. Mike takes copious notes. I don't understand how that guy can get so many notes and then have an in-depth conversation without digesting it. He just goes, boom, got it. I'm like, bro, seriously.
He's a good study. I don't know.
He's a very good study. He's a learned character. But no, listen.
Elijah Wood.
They're talking in the chat about hobbitses.
Oh, I missed that part. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm sorry.
So, yeah. So listen, I mean, like I said, there's Star Wars for everybody. You know, it as long as you're still watching. I mean, though, if there's those who are saying that they're never going to watch Star Wars again, I call shenanigans right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's stuff that we don't like, the stuff that people don't like, the stuff people that are vocal about. But the fact is, that if you're saying you're never going to watch Star Wars again, you're lying.
And everybody has their opinion and can be soured to it from one point or another, from a certain point of view. But ideally, considering how much content we're going to get for a long time, it's like something will come along that you will like. So,
exactly.
Or maybe not.
So one of our members reached out to me last night and they said, well, they're not liking this, but they would put this towards the bottom of all the series, the Disney Plus series right now. And I'm like, honestly, I think this is better than Fett, and I think this is better than Obi-Wan.
They all have their drawbacks.
Yeah.
And, some are one type of thing and some are another, but
See, I would put. It's tough to just lump. I would put parts of this way above parts of Fett, but parts.
Right. I even have my Book of Boba Fett shirt on.
That were really integral, and parts of this I think are better than parts of later seasons of Mando. I mean, later seasons of Mando didn't hit the magic of season 1.
Yeah, I think the first season had a lot more going for it because they didn't lean into the established anything of Star Wars besides the general kind of lore. And having new characters come in that we aren't familiar with, and new situations and new planets and new whatever, it was very fresh at the time. And then everything else sort of has been derivative of that since then, or a play on something else. But I don't know.
Anyway, we're about 3 minutes out, so please make sure that you have your Disney Plus machines all queued up for episode 7 of The Acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get a nice screen grab I found of Dee's character.
Oh, cool. Is it the actual shot of him, or he's
it's the actual shot of the hologram. It's a crisp picture.
Well, I mean, he's the hologram, right?
Yes. Which I didn't know that David Collins did the voice.
Oh, cool. It's not listed in the credits. They usually don't list that stuff anyways. So.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, so anyway, we're about 2 minutes out, so please make sure it's all queued up to the Disney Splash. Just a lot of good, crazy coming out. And also today, they announced all the panels for D23 as well.
D23. I'm having trouble getting the ticket that my coworker bought for me during the gold member pre-sale properly connected to my account. It's weirdly annoying. But anyways, I will be going on the Saturday of D23, I believe.
Are you going to dress as Fat Mickey Vader? Because that would be awesome.
The last time I did that at D23, they singled me out and told me I could not wear my head while I traversed the show floor. I could stop and put it on for photos, but I couldn't walk around with it on, which I thought was really a dick move and soured me to cosplaying at D23 at all. So we'll see. I might actually try to break him out for that. He hasn't been out in a while. He needs to be a little bit updated, but you never know.
Did they give you reasons? There's like because
bullshit. Because they stopped a Roger Rabbit and told them something about wearing their mask, head piece, whatever, but then ultimately let him do it while they walked around, which I thought was really sort of not a, cool to be singling me out and not them, especially since the suit that I wear is very much not resembling any kind of Mickey Mouse outfit because I'm a big inflated guy in that suit, and he's very slim and trim. The only resemblance is the head, and the one I have is a Japanese knockoff, but does the trick. And you never see Mickey represented as Vader because he should be a Jedi most likely.
Yeah, I've seen him. There are pins of him in like an X-wing.
Oh, okay, that too. Yeah, but I've seen then they do it like Star Wars weekends. He'd come out as like a Jedi version or like Obi-Wan looking version of Mickey. And I think they've done Goofy as Vader, but that's what I need to do is make a big old Goofy suit.
Goofy.
But yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, D23 is an interesting madhouse of Disney fanatics that is both fun and horrifying at the same time.
Well, it's gonna be.
And
awesome.
We're a minute over. All right, let's get the count going. Let's see here. All right, and here we go. Boom. I liked seeing that scene from a different point of view of them at the Bunta tree. I like how I asked if they sold forehead horns at Hyperspace Props, and you tagged the owner, Spencer.
Why not?
Well, that's true. He'd be the one to be able to answer. I got a loaf
Would
cat.
you be a smartass, or are you being actually
partially, but semi-curious?
Well, the picture is actually the owner.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was like.
Identify yourself. This is Rogue One.
Rogue 2.
Rogue -1, actually, because
right. Rogue 0. See, he says you're going to listen, but then ultimately we don't hear him even start to talk to her about it. We just see the flashback.
Well, do we know even that this is his flashback? We don't.
Right. This could be what Cal Osha is seeing in wearing the helmet or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if other states have their version of OSHA, but whenever I think of OSHA, I think of Cal.
Oh no, we have OSHA.
We have OSHA up here.
But is it just OSHA, or is it like we have a stricter version of OSHA that's Cal OSHA?
No, I don't think we have like NC OSHA. No.
Oh, I'm so happy you ordered, Troy. Thank you so much for your purchase.
Woo! Excellent. I can't wait to get mine. I hope they come in tomorrow before I go to the con, or if not, they'll be waiting on me.
Yeah, they look really cool on their website.
All right. Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room here, or really did we just cheap out on the props and the Acolyte here? Come on.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of making a basic metal detector cannon.
Right.
You know what needs to superimpose? Did he superimpose Bobcat Goldswaith from One Crazy Summer when he's got the metal detector on the beach? Just walking right past him.
There you go.
Just like, and I mean, the little box thing he has, I mean, I suppose that's okay. But guys, like, you could have just used like a Camtono right there.
Right. Well, Camtono, I think, implies more value than of like just utilitarian travel case. And then that specimen sample gatherer thing with the funnel on top that Corbin Burnson has is just sort of weird looking, doesn't necessarily fit. There we go. Troy's right. Metal detector equals virgins detector.
Yeah. So, see, they said the thing. They said the thing. I know everybody sitting there who's read the High Republic. We're just like, a what? A what?
Yeah. There's a one of the Leonardo pointing memes of that.
Calm yourself, Padawan. Would have been great.
Calm
if you
your
calmed
tits,
yourself.
Padawan.
Well, and I think this is fun too. I would think they're drawing on this from the High Republic that Torben. Well, Torben, there is a Padawan. It's not Torben, but it's someone else in the phase 1 of the High Republic who just didn't want to go out on missions. He just wanted to hang out and be in the archives. He wanted to be a Jedi archivist, but no, he got sent on a mission and he was just like this the whole time.
Same, Lonnie. I keep hearing that as opposed to virgins when they say it over and over. Just like when, especially May was saying it, young May, Oshi continues to sound like oh shit to me. So,
Yes.
you know.
like we didn't even try and like Star Warsy up the metal detector.
Yeah, they didn't do anything to it.
I mean, could we have had the like green screen the stick and have the head floating in the thing?
Have it just connected with some kind of like loose
Star
cables
Wars.
or something.
Could we call him Torben Dallas? Torben, my man.
There you go. Multi-pass.
Osha pass.
Here you go. Oops. Yeah, it's good to see more of her character, especially. That's the one good thing about the flashbacks is seeing the, what seemed like a hugely wasted actor / character in this show. But this is the whole thing with Torben Burnson Dallas. He just wanted to go home.
I think it was the point of that of making Torben homesick is the fact that Padawans go where the masters tell them to go. It doesn't matter what they want. It's showing the bureaucracy of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's what I look at it.
And then also it's like it shows his weird urgency to try to get this thing over with. And then, spoiler alert, they don't get to go back anyways.
Right.
It's like, screw you, buddy. I love this different angle thing. Except why is there giant seas sitting in the forest?
Yeah, that was your first clue, even that there's not the children. That's like something's went down on this planet. You were like, well, it was barren and there was nothing here. It was like big ruins.
Yep. See, she just said it again. Oh shit.
April said that he has IBS. That's why he wants to go home.
So he needs to get back to Coruscant. I would think maybe back to the ship. But Coruscant,
maybe the refresher isn't very nice in the ship.
I hope he's not trying to hold it, because that wouldn't work.
Well, it might, because like, what did he do later? 10 years.
He shit himself?
He's in training for this.
He held it until he drank that bunta. Sneaky creeper Saul over here.
The Acolyte is brought to you by Dude Wipes.
Oh God.
Oh,
yeah,
don't give them any ideas. Don't give them any.
Yeah, Scooby, do not cap this part for the short.
I do really like what they mentioned in Screen Crush about this door and how it was really well designed as a Star Wars thing.
Oh yeah, this looks just like that's almost like the back of one of the classic transport ships or something.
Right, it's very Star Wars-esque, and
we need a knight on the top of the wall wall saying your mother smells like snozberries or elderberries or or soulberries.
Only if it's played by John Cleese.
Yes. Oh, I loved in Screen Crush how they took this scene and made it like
Yeah,
Wesley climbing
Red
in.
Pirate Roberts. Yeah.
Red Pirate
Um,
Roberts.
with the vibe I was just getting now that I watched it this second time is the scenes like I expected somebody to pop open a window and talk to him like they used to Batman and Robin.
So this is funny. See how that? Oh, yeah, they figured out somebody's creeping on us.
Right. So that gives a different perspective to this scene that we saw from the other view again originally.
Right. That are they doing this whole deal? Some of this for show.
Right. But what's up with them waving their hands at that hole?
See, well, and that they already knew about Night Sisters this long ago. This is, kind of building into the mythos that there were Night Sisters in the other galaxy for Ahsoka.
But these are like not the same. They're similar but different.
No, these are, purple Night Sisters, not
They're
red
Dusk Sisters.
Yes, there you go. Here's the thing, too. Technology hasn't changed in 100 years. Their speeders are,
they're a little bigger and clunkier than original trilogy ones,
but they're not nearly.
The whole design tends to go back and forth throughout the different shows and movies. So
yes, let the Wookiee be the one who's always doing the technical work. He doesn't have big paws or anything.
It's like Chewie with his hydro spanner working on the Falcon. And there he goes.
Yeah, I can.
Should have just blasted it.
Boring conversation anyway. Luke,
saber it. That would open it.
Yeah, they didn't even do that.
It'll either open it or permanently disable it. So it's
Now I liked this little scene, like through here, this little hallway with all the little triangle lights.
Yeah,
that's
very trippy kind of.
So they definitely put effort into some things and not others, and that's what's annoying.
Right. Yeah, this is an amazing set. But some of the sets, especially stuff that's outdoors, seems weirdly claustrophobic. Some of those scenes where they're in the forest seem like they're in a small soundstage somewhere.
Well, the forest that they chose, it has such evenly spaced trees and like so little underbrush. It's like odd. And this is what happens when he gets bored.
Gets his brain taken over.
So we finally they said this about this on Screen Crush. This is almost like seeing what a Jedi mind trick looks like from the inside.
From the inside.
Very much so. Get that.
Well, and she knows how to play on his fears because he just wanted to go home, and now it's just like, oh.
I love how it's like implying it's very cold wherever they are.
Right.
With the breath and stuff.
He sees dead people.
Well, his eyes go black. That's pretty wicked. We got the echo, sort of like the ray vision thing.
Well, we just talked about this before about the hole. They talked about that on Screen Crush as well, but the hole in the middle of Act 2. That was filled with dark side magic.
Oh, right. So maybe that hole that they were waving their hand at is something similar.
Maybe it's a portal talk too. No gun show.
He has to be. It's the law. All right. Anyways,
Want to return to Coruscant? No.
yeah. I just want to go home. What the heck?
Kneel before Zod.
And then he's like, "Oh, see, Saul is quick for the lightsaber. He goes to the saber."
Yeah, he's very much ready to brandish that thing.
So, do you think Torben's being possessed by Vecna right now?
Kalima.
Oh, Ali. I shocked today. So whiny,
Yeah.
like him not.
Oh,
But
there he is.
But
Oh, we're
Star
back.
Wars has a history of whiny characters. Hello, Anakin.
Whiny Jedis.
Yeah, we're getting out of
Jedi.
here. We're out. We're by. She's got some sense, and the rest of them are like, "Hey."
Yeah, Saul's weirdly overzealous, and then he's got this weird connection with Osha.
But we don't know yet. He's got a lot to pick up in the last episode because we don't know what his connection with you know, because the stranger thinks he should recognize him, but he doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, there seems like there might be more to the stranger and his relationship that than just them meeting in the apothecary or whatever.
Right.
These triangle hallways bug the hell out of me, though.
They look at Sabak cards.
I think that they should have, like, having that big chunk taken out. I like it in the fact that it's sort of open, but then it like removes the ability to walk. You can only walk on half of it.
What about this? Very much a connection to Qui-Gon. He will defy the council to train Osha.
Yeah, hot-headed rogue Jedi.
Oh, sorry, April. We are cutting in and out a little bit. It's always internet issues, and Spencer's trying a new soundboard and something. It gets.
Yeah. If you hear static, it's likely a new microphone being used, but
correct.
If it's breaking up or cutting out, excuse me, it would probably be somebody's internet.
Yeah. Now, where is this? Is this like? I mean, there should be a location. Is this the Highlands of Scotland or something?
They shot in Portugal and somewhere else.
Okay.
I think they're listed as.
Oh, didn't we look this up on Tuesday night one
Yeah.
time? Wasn't it Wales?
Yeah, might have been done in Wales. Yeah, you'd think they try to keep some of it closer to the studio.
No, that's how it should go.
It's like it's not going to hurt, and then she's like, "Oh."
And this
Liar.
looks like weird, like a weird kind of like Star Wars 50s diner.
Yeah, the whole green thing. It's got a lot of similarities to like
the green with the red. It reminds me really of Dex's diner.
Yeah, I was thinking Cyril's apartment in Andor a little bit, kind of with their retro devices and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me swat you with this paddle.
Well, see, here's the thing too. She's lived on her life on this planet that you're coming to study and haven't found really a whole lot of other life forms other than plant. How is she supposed to know what, like, that was like a wampa or something? How does she know what that is?
She would think it'd be like more general answer, maybe like a creature or a monster or something.
Right.
I love how she just like
Charmander.
Exactly. Pikachu. And again, we make a lot of big deal about the marking that later on we don't even pay attention to when she's coming back to the ship.
I think it's partially just, yeah, I mean, they don't allude to him not like actually knowing. They make it seem like he has no clue, but it's also fairly obvious later that he kind of knew what was going on.
Right.
So, but then they do that whole thing with making sure the stranger sees OSHA's tattoo,
Yeah.
so that at that point he knows it's not May for sure. Besides the fact that she doesn't have a thing on the forehead.
I am all the coven.
I want to trick the other child.
Yeah, let me mess with the other one's head because we have an idea what they're trying to do. She's the one I like anyways, so.
The other kids here? Yeah, it's kind of like Lord of the Flies.
I find it interesting in this, the Padawan braids are a lot chunkier on these Padawan than like Obi-Wan's and Anakin's were. It's like they were more like little wisps of hair on in the prequels, and in this they're more a good amount.
So can we find a gimbal for your iPad like that, Jeff?
I'm sure they make ones that are a paddle. I don't have an iPad. Dave has an iPad.
Yeah.
But you know,
They still have the little see-through computer screens, which, you know.
it's different graphics than what we normally see, which is kind of interesting.
Well, you know, this is primitive graphics, don't you know? I mean, 100 years before, you know.
Yeah, this is
the
It'd been funnier if they had made it like 8-bit or something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Mario over in the
if they made it like super low res retro, and then have like a little character running through, have Pac-Man like eating dots.
Pitfall, a little
or little alligator at the bottom going.
Or hi, why are we not even thinking of this? The original 8-bit Atari Star Wars.
Horrible graphics. Everything Atari at that time was so bad. They're crazy.
See, so
it looks like
I wonder, did she actually talk to the council, or is she making this shit up?
It looks like Kobasa has ribs.
I wouldn't doubt it. Wookiees are notorious.
Anger is the path to the dark side. Oh, here's where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, he said the thing.
I love the fact that no one wants to say the words midichlorian ever again.
I was just going to say that.
Every 100 years
in the future, I mean, in the past, they couldn't even say it. This is when they should have said it, really, because then it would connect with like episode 1 a little bit better, and then they could say, okay, well, we got tired of calling it that, and we're less in the Jedi era, that now we can call it M count.
But it's not a dyad, Troy. That's what we were thinking it was. They're the same person.
Right.
They're exactly the same person.
There's always two of me, always hanging around. I think I'm a clone.
Oh, you little punk, get the hell back here.
They're not clones. They're not even that. Uh-oh. Now the Candyman's going to show up, Troy. You said it. You can't do it 3 times.
It's showtime.
Smoke it. No, sorry, wrong.
Yeah, like this speeder bike scene is a little hokey.
It kind of reminds me like you had the speeders from Solo, and you put them in Endor.
Yeah, kind of. But what that actually reminded me of is the Warner Brothers studio tour here in Burbank. They do like at the end of the tour, you get to go through some like areas that have props and like the Friends set and all this nonsense. And one of the final things is an area that has like a Batman and Harry Potter green screen thing that you can do. And that very much felt like the video I have of myself on like the Batman's motorcycle cruising through Gotham.
That's
where
great.
it's, you know, works, but it's kind of cheesy and kind of hokey and not really the level it should be.
Okay, so is
See,
this supposed to be motivational? This is like
Yeah, I know. She's like,
good mom,
your
bad
ass
mom.
yeah, kind of. She's trying to get her riled up for sure, though.
good. Get
Sicker
mad.
on her sister.
But
Okay,
look,
you know they're Sith-esque.
What's interesting how she's trying to pit them against each other if they're this singularity. I don't know.
and they're sitting there like, they're my children. I've got.
So
my
according
deal.
to Ryan Airy, this sister here in the brown shirt with the braids is a YouTuber, and he's like, they're giving cameos to
So what
YouTubers
was that
now.
thing she just smashed right there? Was that what caused stuff to explode? Shit to explode?
That was like the well, yeah, that could have maybe started the fire or something. Who knows? But that was like what the controls to get it through the door.
I don't know.
Because that's what he just said. It's been disabled.
And what he's like hearing, and he's got the force power of I can hear through walls now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But yet I can't jimmy the door. I've got to run up the side of the wall.
You think you'd just be able to force it open, right? Literally force it open.
It was the elevator control, Sherry says. Okay.
Oh. Yeah. I like the little triangle book thing though. But everything in this, everything which is weird about this environment is like overly flammable.
Well, especially for them being in like a big rock.
A literal igneous rock. But the fact that they have an open flame in an area that's so easily burnt,
yeah,
is a little disturbing. Or multiple open flames.
Those ain't the only ones. But again, they're gaps, but there's gaps between enjoyable parts of things. At least for me, cannot use violence.
Yeah. Screw yourself.
So we'll see this whole thing that they said. That the whole thing is you have to sacrifice all for the future. Was that earlier in the episode? Didn't they say it?
I'm not sure.
Really leads me to something I'm going to talk about here in a second. Didn't see before. It's like, oh, look, the rock floor is on fire.
Well, it's like Sherry mentioned. It's like an oil lamp that she was holding, and ultimately that oil lamp is what kept spread the fire out. Like you can see the liquid on the floor there, and it continues to catch.
There's like propane lines in the wall,
and then there's some kind of shoddy wiring that has like cloth insulation or something that can catch fire. But those it looked a lot like the walls themselves are on fire. So it seems odd for a rock formation to be able to be, unless it's like flint or something.
Right. I don't know.
Maybe it
didn't get very swarm.
Maybe it's some panel coming up. They'll
with the
discuss some of that. Yeah. More odd choices.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I can tell.
OSHA wasn't doing her job in the whatever this is, the temple.
It's like, look, it's a bow and arrow with Just a
Yeah.
LED light on the point.
Yeah. She's like Hawkeye up there.
Hawkeye from
That-
MASH.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
now
that-
what do we do? Immediately to the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Slow-mo.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But this her decision to to react in this way as her
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit. And then how do you stab a vapor?
I don't know. That gets wonky. You would think that would be the point of going into the vapor, is to just pass through
Yeah,
things.
and then she
like
was
that.
doing something where she was reacting, or OSHA or May was reacting to her. Yeah. And now I'm dead.
It's almost like I'm trying to figure out what Obscurial. So if you watch the Fantastic Beasts movies, like Ezra Miller's character.
Run.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's obvious now that why she wants to kill those Jedi. She killed her mother right in front of her.
And now Saul is he's regretting and not doing the.
Yeah, he's not really fighting back. He's just sort of avoiding.
Okay, what about Torrin Dallas right there, pulling out Anakin Skywalker behind the back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's very, very flippy. Flippity doo dah.
lots of unnecessary saber
Flourishes.
movement. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yep.
See, that's the thing. What causes the big explosion?
Yeah, like where is it? And look at, they're all over the place. Like some are at the top, some are down at the bottom.
Now we're in there. Uh-huh. Now we're gonna do stuff. See, that's how that's supposed to work.
Right. And why did her just like she went away?
And they all just went.
And it took forever for
or they apparate
the other mother.
Like wizards.
I love this.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here, where they said that they're all gonna like sacrifice. What's up, Bruce? That there was a sacrifice. Did they not kill him? Did they all go all Jim Jones right here? Was this the plan? You see what I'm saying? Was this the sacrifice that moved the twins forward or whatnot, or allowed May to survive falling off the dooflotchy?
Well, it's kind of a extreme.
Well, they checked they were in Converse sneakers.
Everybody was Wookiee fighting. That dude is fast as lightning. Woo! Oh,
yeah. Love that. Okay. Pick him up with the force.
Slam into the wall is awesome, but I love how this is how we find out how we get Torben down.
Yeah, he's let's just crush his skull. Screw the lightsaber. It's just like.
Yeah, he could easily have done that.
Oh, nope. See, that's it right now. Kalima.
We just want to know if we can turn the heat down in Cali before we get there.
Dude, don't even talk to me about heat in Cali. It's like, no, that's going to be like air conditioning for me already.
Yeah, it's like
the scum event shouldn't be too bad, even if it's hot in the rest of the Southern California. It'll be a little bit better than farther inland. Fullerton might be a little bit warmer, but we'll see. Disneyland will be about the same as Fullerton. San Francisco will have its own thing, so we'll see what's up with that.
And Trinity goes.
So what's the over under? Is she like force healing? Is she I cast thee out? I don't know what she's doing.
Well, it's a trip that what she does ultimately kills them all, as opposed to.
I told you, I don't think
them out.
I think that this was like ritual suicide.
Oh yeah, it was. They're all putting their collective. It's like you kill off the Borg Queen, all the Borg die,
or like what they all had to put into it. Like it was too much for them. Like Luke doing force projection across the galaxy, poofed him.
I was kind of thinking that maybe it was them getting knocked out, and they're not dead yet, but then the fire and the explosions ultimately kill them. But it's hard to say.
Possible, yeah. But see, they're all just like, oh.
Yeah, see, they're all out for sure at this point.
Okay. If you are in the Star Wars universe, if you are magically transported there, stay the hell off a catwalk. Any catwalk.
Yeah, but guess what? The catwalk does have banisters. That is OSHA and May compliant.
Except for where the side that matters because it got blowed in half.
Yep. Nope.
And
come on,
she could have grabbed the rail maybe instead of just sliding off
and hold the catwalk up with the force. No, not that powerful.
Yeah, that too.
And Kali will find you in hell,
or like pull the both towards him with the force. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decision. Is he not capable of doing the both? Is it because he had more of a connection with OSHA? Is it? Who knows? Many things.
Cool if it would have been cool if they had shown us a Purgle silhouette in that hyperspace scene.
Choices, semantics.
Yeah, that too. So using his power to hold up a lighter item and then just bring him towards him might have worked better.
It's a lot of things.
The shirt is up on our page right now.
Semantics. Go get you one.
Oh,
yes.
Master.
And they get emotional.
Is that a mole that Carrie Ann actually has, or is that
past the dark?
Is that something they added to the character?
From a certain point of view,
supposed to be level-headed and not show emotion.
Yeah, well, Jedi's are supposed to be a lot of things that they tend not to be.
See, she just looks a little unshady. Like we thought she was all good and whatever now, but now she's like, we're gonna lie. This is what we're gonna do.
All about the cover up at this point.
It's like, yeah, he did it, but now you're being the shady one.
After I watched this episode, the first thing I said was F the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think this is one of those things why a lot of people have issues with this show is you're making the good guys the bad guys.
Right.
And
but
you know,
why would you not have had issues? Yeah, but why wouldn't you have had issues with that episode in Mandalorian? If you remember with Bill Burr, that they were cheering when that truck came in.
But that's different. Giving us sympathy for the bad guys is different than making the good guys the bad guys.
It would kind of more humanized them.
Yeah, more humanizing the bad guys. Like, this is one of the things that I loved about Book of Boba Fett. One of the things I loved is the backstory or more backstory behind Tusken Raiders.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the best things about that show.
Like this right here. I haven't listened to the other credit. Have they done this shit?
No. They called this out in the Screen Crush video that
I mean, this is like when they gave the lyrics to the Star Trek opening. This is the beginning of Enterprise.
This is
It's
like
weirdly
Bill Murray. This is like the Bill Murray
place.
version of the Star Wars theme.
And if you sit here and you listen to the lyrics, it is like, let's beat you over the head with plot points from the show. And I'm like, wait.
But
anyway, we have one more episode left. We don't know where this is gonna go, but it's gonna be interesting.
No idea where this is gonna go.
Yeah, and so I guess we got all the flashbacks out of the way. No,
you don't know that.
Considering that they were doing full episodes, but did we get smaller? We got smaller flashbacks.
April said at the panel in London, she talked about the Sith and their lineage and looked at it from their side.
Talk reminded you of Wicked. I mean, this is supposed to be the story from the Sith side, though I don't really think it's what we thought that was going to be.
Correct. Anyway, don't forget that this week we have some great shows. What's on the network on Sunday, Dave?
So we have a new episode of the Unifying Force. We are trying to pull something together because it's Acolyte all the time. But if that doesn't come together, you will have a new episode of the Unifying Force. But we would like to kind of make predictions, right? Is what's going forward and what do we think based on everything that's happened are we going to see next week? But of course, don't forget that before Sunday, you've got dropping tonight, midnight Pacific, you've got the Acolyte after show. Before that even, then Sunday Unifying Force, and Monday we are back to Rebels Revisited. It was so nice to have the Rebels crew back now. I like seeing that. That's kind of like my Monday vibe.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, we've got the happy hour, and then we've got the live reaction show. That's going to be crazy. Live reaction show, and then back on Zoom, the support group. So all kinds of crazy things to join us for on Tuesday.
And I also want to start plugging right now. There's going to be a last push celebrating autographs in 2 weeks with Frank and Dave, which was right before Rebels Revisited. So we're going to double shows in 2 Mondays. So take a look at that. It would just be a synopsis, like a Cliff Notes version of everything. Could be a lot of fun. But if you're in Knoxville this weekend, please look out for Dave and look out for Skip. Autographs with Skip, photo ops. What's Skip charging these days for combos?
I think you can get a Skip autograph for a handshake and potentially an adult beverage if the situation is correct.
Awesome.
Well, there you
go. But also don't forget, also in 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, actually, a lot of us are going to be conversing over at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
Make sure you look out for us. We
can talk about all of these things and share the trauma of whatever the last episode is in person.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. And then you can come to Boonty Eve, Heroes of the Floniverse, and actually meet one of the actors from The Acolyte, our very good friend Details. So we're very excited about that. We got, Heroes of the Floniverse on Monday night. We have Galaxy's Most Wanted on Tuesday night. And then our trip to Disneyland. Don't forget, we're going to have a Saber meetup at Disney at the Thai Echelon at 7:30 p.m. So please make sure that you meet up with us there for the meetup. And then on Thursday, we're in San Fran. So we got Boonty Eve, creators of the Star Wars universe. Lots of fun, lots of time to spend time with all of us. If you've never met us in person, or if you want to meet us in person, or if you want to know who to shy away from at celebration, Come to our event. You'll meet all sorts. But no, it's gonna be.
Definitely. If anybody is going to be at any of the John Williams Maestro the Movie shows this weekend at the Hollywood Bowl, Mike and I will be there on Saturday the 13th. Unfortunately, due to some health issues, John won't be conducting any of it, but it will be his music. So it's going to be a fun show regardless. Hopefully he can maybe make an appearance or something, but I don't know. I will probably have a better idea if he'll be at our show based on what happens on Friday night.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, if you happen to be there Saturday, look out for me and Mike. We'll be brandishing our lightsabers and, maybe wearing some VCN colors. Who knows?
Well, if you wear some VCN colors, you gotta let Mike know because he tends to forget. But yes,
I'm sure we would
Anywho.
coordinate to an extent.
Coordinate.
I understand that.
Nice
But
watching.
anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're very excited, and we're excited for the finale of the Acolyte next week. So have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And from Jeff, from Dave, and I, may the force be with you.
This is the thread.
To the spires.
Well, indeed.